Hello everyone and welcome to another random bits and pieces segment from my brain, and today, sit a while for we are playing some more Out of the Park Baseball 22 with the Montreal Expos in 1994 in a season that is almost over. So I can't believe it's almost coming to the end of the season. Feels like I haven't started this little project of mine all that long ago. Um, so today we're playing the Phillies. Now I just noticed that it's a four-game series. Uh, I don't know that I am going to do all four today, even though it's a weekend day. I have food that is cooking in the slow cooker. I might have to just do the first two today. I might not be able to do all four. So yeah, on the menu today we have the Phillies. Of course, I'm not talking about what I'm cooking. Um, Phillies are dead last. No, they're not dead last anymore in the East. Sorry, I should look at the standings before I open my mouth. So, Phillies are used to be dead last in the East. Now they are fourth. They are still 11 and a half games behind of us. So yeah, they're not doing all that great. 10 and a half games, sorry, behind us. Not doing all that great. Yeah, Phillies are 52-97. I'm 62 and 86, so it's not like I'm doing all incredible myself. We still don't have any injuries, still doing pretty good. And for the first game, we're going to be facing Andy Ashby. Now, Andy Ashby, if that's the first time you're listening to me doing this, he holds a very special record type of thing with me, in that he is the first and only pitcher since I started to play Out of the Park Baseball with the version number 9 to ever throw a no-hitter in all of the games that I have played, and that happened against me last season, or the season before that. Anyway, he did throw a no-hitter against me, so yeah. And we're going to be sending Gabe White on the mound. Gabe White is still a pitcher of kind of Dr. Jekyll and Hyde. He's having decent starts and horrible ones. Lately, it's been not too bad, though, so we'll see what he gives us today against the struggling Phillies. Let's see if they're hurt a little. Wes Chamberlain is hurt. He's not going to play. Vladimir Guerrero is hurt for the rest of the season. He's not playing either. And then Tom Evans is also hurt, not going to play. So two of their starting outfielders are hurt. Alright, so I think we're ready to get things started a little bit. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. Also, we might be hearing my neighbor chipping wood through the machine thing. I don't know how the machine thing is called in English, but you know, you push branches and whatnot in it, and it chips wood. So he's been doing that on and off this afternoon. He's being neighborly. I don't think he's being paid by the city to do that, but it makes a whole bunch of noise, so I'm pretty sure my microphone is going to gladly pick that noise up. So if we hear that, that's what it is. But anyway. Alright, so for the first game, we're facing a righty. I think I'm going to make one sub, and I know that it's going to sound a little bit odd. But I want to... Here, let's give Charles Johnson a day off. Alright. Yeah, it's going to be one of those games that I bet Grissom third. Let's have Barbary hit second. Maybe that's going to shake him off his cold streak. Alright, let's go with that for now. And we're going to be facing Kevin Stalker, playing shortstop, Al Martin, Eddie Rios, Mickey Morandini, Dave Hollins, Eric Danapilis, John Jaha, Dan Wilson, and of course Andy Ashby. So John Jaha is with the Phillies. So kind of interesting is John Jaha didn't really develop in my universe. Like in real life, he played for the Brewers for a while, and he was kind of okay. Not really doing all that much here in my universe. Actually, he was a backup for the Phillies all season, so we'll see what happens here. All right, let's get started. Oui, les expos sont là, en effet. It says that you're raiding with a party of 1, so I don't know if you meant to bring other people or if you're just trying to raid by yourself, but that's what it says. All right, so looks like my neighbor has decided to start chipping wood again. Okay, well, there you are. Yeah, absolutely. We welcome aboard, by the way. I'm just about to start here. Quick thing, I only play as a manager, so I didn't do any trades or anything. That was all the computer, and that's been going on since 1991 in the game, obviously. We're in 1994 now. The Expos don't exactly look like the Expos of 1994, where they were heading to the World Series before the strike. So, all right, Gabe White facing Kevin Stalker in inning number 1. 3-1 to him. So, are you guys, or folks, I should say, just baseball fans? Are you both all of the park baseball players as well? And that's a walk, by the way. All right, so the Phillies get their first batter on base. Nobody out for Al Martin, 1-0. And that's a base hit to center. All right, looks like Gabe White is giving us one of his bad starts today. All right, Eddie Rios is next. Runners on first and third, 1-2. That's it to center. Rivera after it. Catches it for out number 1. It's deep enough. The guy is probably going to score, and he is. It is already 1-0. Gotcha. I'm kind of the opposite. Do you play PT seriously? I don't. I just like to see the players that they release and everything. So my team has been stuck in silver forever. I'm not super competitive in that side, but I like to see, the players that I get in packs and whatnot. All right, so 1 out, runner on first. Mickey Morandini is the batter. Mickey Morandini batting 4th. That's very interesting. No count to him. Oh, that looks like a double play ball. And it is. All right, so Gabe White starts getting into trouble. We allow a run, but we get out of the inning with an inning-ending double play. The franchise side of the game is pretty good, by the way. I've played since version number 9. So if you're into baseball, that's pretty cool. You can do a lot of different things with that. Right, Delino the Shields getting us started here in the bottom of the first. We're already down. We need a run, 1-0 to him. Oh, he's trying to bunt himself aboard, and he does. That's an infield hit. That's pretty good. Brett Barbary is next, 1-0 to him. The Shields is going, and there's no throw. That's a stolen base. All right, so we have a runner in scoring position now, nobody out. Yeah, the Shields, I have Grissom as well. I usually don't bet Grissom 3rd, but I'm sitting Charles Johnson today, so Grissom bats 3rd, but he's getting close to 100 stolen bases. 1-2. that's it weekly to second. Yeah, J Kuhn, 17. When I first started to play the game, I felt a little bit overwhelmed. I found that what was helping me at first was to assign some of the stuff to my assistant manager and go from there. Right, Marquis Grissom is next. 1 out, runner on third, 1-0. Oh, that's it to center. Is it? I'm not sure if it's deep enough. The shield is. Oh, yeah, it is. All right, so we tied the game thanks to a sack line, I guess. Not a sack fly. Anyway, it's 1-1 with 2 outs. And now Ivan Calderon with his MVP caliber season is next, 0-1. Oh, that's going to be an infield single. Yeah, that's really the trick with out of the park baseball, is to start small. Actually, the way that I started to learn is I created a small fictional league. I understand fictional is not for everybody, but that's how I did it. I started with just like, 8 teams, I think that it was. And I let the assistant GM do a lot at first. And then I learned a little bit to handle everything by myself, and then it became to the point where I was really good at it. Well, not off the bat, but I became, over the years, really good at it, and that's why I went to playing manager only, to kind of increase the challenge for me, if that makes any sense. Alright, so runner on first, 2 outs. Rebeca Rivera is next, 0-1. Oh, Calderon is going, and he's safe. Yeah, looks like you guys are taking it small at first. That's the best way to learn to do this. That's an interesting one for a house rule. I've used variation of different house rules over the years, but I haven't done that one. That's kind of cool. That's a good one. Huh, maybe I'm gonna keep it in the back of my mind. Alright, first inning is over. Top of the second, Dave Hollins is the batter, 2-2. Yeah, that was my problem. I would cheese the AI too easily. My house rule was usually that I would not initiate any trades, and I would only go off of a trade that they were offering me, and I could only add or subtract 1 player to keep it a little bit more challenging. Alright, there's 1 out. Eric Danapoulos is next, 1-1 to him. Grounds it to third. Barbary with the throw, and he's thrown out. Shane Andrews, sorry. Forgot that Andrews is my third baseman for today. John Jha is next, 2 outs to now, 3-0. And he walks on 4 pitches. Dan Wilson is next, 0-2 to him. Oh, that's it for a base hit to left. Alright, so after 2 outs, the Phillies are threatening to do something here. So runners on extremities with 2 outs. Andy Ashby is the batter, 1-2 to him. And he struck out looking. That's the end of the inning. Alright, so the Phillies get 2 runners on board after 2 outs, but they are unable to score them. It is still tied at 1 here at Olympic Stadium. Shane Andrews is next, 0-1. Grounds it to second, and he's thrown out at first for out number 1. So do you guys play out your games, or do you just sim? Todd Haney is next, 0-1. And that's a base hit to center. Alright. So runner on first, 1 out. Jerry Goff is the batter now. Full count to him. And he flies out to left for out number 2. Okay. that works. I like playing out my games. That means I go through my seasons really slow. But I love to play out my games. 2-2. Oh, and that's my turn to have runners on base, my pitcher at bat, and he strikes out looking for the third out, just like Andy Ashby did. Cool. 11 seasons is pretty good. So, Jay Kuhn, are you new to baseball as a sport in general? If you're learning the manager side, or do you mean just like learning how to manage in this game in particular? Alright, Kevin Stalker is the first batter of the Phillies in the third. Oh, that's going to be an infield single. And it is. Al Martin is next. Runner on first, nobody out. 0-2. Oh, struck out. Eddie Rios is next. Full count. Oh, I think that's gonna be... Oh, that's cut by Grissom and right. What a catch. I thought it was gonna be extra bases, but Grissom uses his speed there. Dives for the ball. And robs Rios of extra bases here. Alright, 2 outs, runner on first for Mickey Morandini, 3-1 to him. That's a base hit to right. Alright, and on the play, the runner gets on to third base. So there's runners on extremities again. 2 outs. Dave Hollins is the batter, 2-2. That's a base hit to right. Okay, alright. So a run scores on the play. It's 2-1 for the Phillies. On the play, the runner gets to third base. So we are in the exact same spot. Runners on first and third, 2 outs. Eric Danapilis is now the batter. No count to him. Grounds it to third. The throw to second to get the runner there. And the inning is over. Okay. Sorry, it wasn't clear. I was like, okay, maybe you're just new to baseball, but yeah, that makes sense. Especially learning how to do everything in a tech sim. If you've never really played a tech sim before, that's yeah. I remember how it was 9 years ago. Well, not 9 years, 11 years ago. Alright, so who are you guys' favorite teams? I don't really have a favorite team anymore. My favorite team was the Expos, and, you know, they're not there anymore, so I'm just a baseball fan. I don't really have a home anymore. Alright, Delino the Shields, come and get on base and get us started here. 1-2. Grounder to third. He's thrown out for out number 1. Brett Barbary is next, 2-2, 1 out. Pops it. Allen's under it, catches it for out number 2. Alright, Marquise Grissom, 2 outs, nobody on. 1-2, struck out swinging. We go down in order here in inning number 3. We're still down 1. It's 2-1 for the Phillies going into the top of the 4th. John Judd gets things started, full count to him. That's a base hit to center. Falls in front of Rivera. Oh, I see. Alright, so since if you're a lifetime baseball fan and, you know, you're not super young, you might be recognizing some of the names that you're seeing. Well, mostly Mickey Morandini and Dave Hollins, I guess. Andy Ashby did pitch for the Phillies. Like I said, my universe started in 1991. That was 3 seasons ago, so there's a lot of things that changed. Right, 2-0 to Dan Wilson. That's cut for out number 1. A liner too short. Barbary grabs that. 1 out. The runner, of course, does not advance. Gotcha. Then you are a little bit older than me. And the Ashby is next, 1-2. I started watching baseball in 1991, which is the reason why I started this particular franchise in 1991, and yeah, I was not that old. I was in 1991. I would have been what, 11, I guess. All right, Kevin Stocker is the next batter. 2 outs, runner on first, full count. Oh, that's it to right. Oh, even Calderon with the catch. All right. That was another great defensive play by the team. We're still down 1, so hopefully we can get something going offensively here. All right, Ivan Calderon, full count to him. I missed the Expos too, obviously. I'm originally from Quebec. I don't live in Quebec anymore, but I miss the Expos. I miss going to the Expos, even though it was a 3-hour drive from my hometown. Rebeca Rivera is next. Full count. That's 2 outs now. Flight out to center. Shane Andrews is next. No count to him. And that's another ball that's not hit very hard. Oh, that was dropped though by Kevin Stocker. So Stocker with the error. The inning goes on. Todd Aney is next. And that's fly to left. Unless there's another error, which there is not. That's the end of the inning. All right. Hal Martin gets things started for the Phillies here in the top of the 5th. No count to him. That's going to be extra bases. It's opposite field in the corner to left. That's a double for Hal Martin. Oh, just in case that you wonder or that you care. So in my universe, on top of my head that I know, John Kruk, I believe, is with Oakland and Darren Daulton got traded to San Diego. But I haven't seen Darren Daulton this season, so I don't know what's going on with him. Yes, it is. I use Sylvan's package that and installed it successfully, I think. All right, Eddie Rios is next. Nobody out. Runner on second base. 0-2. Oh, goodbye baseball. It is 4-1 for the Phillies. Gabe White just gave up a 2-run blast to Rios, and the Phillies are up 3. All right. 4-1. Yeah. Oh, I have an accent, and sometimes it's fun. I mean, I live in the American Midwest now. I've lived there for about 16 or 17 years. I still have an accent. Oh yeah, Mickey Morandini was one of your favorites. I actually liked him too, even though he was playing for the Phillies. But I'm not sure that he's, 4-spot material. I see him more as a second spot batter. Oh, Eastern Townships. That's where I'm from. Dave Allens is next. Oh. And I didn't feel offended by my accent. I've lived in the American Midwest for 16, 17 years. I've heard everything. Most people are trying to be funny with it. A few people are trying to be nasty with it. It doesn't affect me much, or at all, I should say. All right. Right. 2 outs. Eric Denapillis is next. That's a base hit to center. So where does your family lives in the Eastern Townships? Now I'm kind of curious because that's where I'm from. John Jia is next. 2 outs, runner on first. And that's it, weekly to the catcher. Thrown out at first for out number 3. I think that's going to be it for Gabe White. 9 hits in 5 innings. I think I've seen enough. Alright. Waterville. I'm going to need to pull that up. Oh, it's close to North Atlee. Okay, I know where North Atlee is. Okay. So yeah, your family lives, I would say about... Yeah, your family lives about an hour away from my hometown. That's always interesting to me. Oh, I just saw your message about North Atlee. I was looking on Google. Alright, full count to Jerry Goff, and he strikes out swinging. An hour south of Niagara Falls. Now you live in the far southwest of the US, so what, like in California, like Nevada, I guess, California, something like that. All right, Gabe White, Arizona. Oh, it's even warmer than here. I live in Oklahoma, so it's kind of warm here. I have well, I don't know if he's on right now. I'm not seeing him. I have somebody that likes to watch me a lot, but he tends to be quiet when other people are talking, and he lives in San Diego. So, all right, we're gonna bring Woody Green as a pinch hitter for Gabe White. Andy Ashby still on the mound, 1 out, full count. Bottom of the 5th, we're down 3, and Woody Green walks. Right, Delino de Shields follows. There's a runner on first, 1 out. Oh, that's a pitch out, and Woody Green is easily cut down. So there's 2 outs now. Come on, Delino. That's it to left, and it falls in front of the left fielder. Alright, so De Shields gets on base with 2 outs, and now we have Brett Barbary coming up, 2-1. And that's a base hit to right. Alright, that inning is not yet done. Alright, so you live in Arizona. Thankfully you're a Phillies fan and not a Diamondbacks fan, because it looks even tougher for those over there. The D-backs have been struggling a bit too. Alright, Marquise Grissom is next. Full count. Oh, I think that's... No, it's not gonna fall in. Alright. The inning is over. Bottom of the 5th. We're still down 3 runs. Alright, so what I like to do when people are watching, if I have all of my relievers here. I'm in September, by the way. That's why I have so many players. If there's somebody who would like to see me bring in to pitch, just let me know. Oh, that's bad. Like I said, I don't follow baseball. I need to get back to watching baseball. I get MLB TV for free with my phone carrier. Alright, let's see. I think I'm gonna bring in a righty. Joe Logan hasn't pitched in a second, so I think I'm gonna bring him in. And we'll let's see what happens with that. Alright, Joe Logan is going to face Dan Wilson first. 3-1. And he walks. Not a good start here. And the Ashby is next. 2-2. Oh, struck out trying to bunt. Right, that's 1 out. Kieran Stalker is the next batter. 1-1 to him. Alright, so we get the lead runner at second base, but we are not able to get Stalker out at first. That's a fielder's choice. There's 2 outs now. Runner on first. Al Martin is next. No count. Oh, that's going to be a wild pitch. Alright, and Al Martin is next. 1-0. And that falls in front of Calderon, and that scores a run. It is 5-1 for the Phillies now. Yikes. Right, Eddie Rios comes up next. 2 outs, runner on first. He, of course, had that 2-run blast earlier in the game. That's it to left. That one is cut by Calderon for out number 3. We're down 4 now, going into the bottom of the 6th. So what were you guys doing before the Swiggy? Oh, here's the French accent again. Before you guys decided to come and raid me. All right, Ivan Calderon, 0-2 to him. That's it to right. That falls in. All right, so at least we get our first batter on board here on the base paths. Rebeca Rivera is next, bottom of the 6th, nobody out. 0-1 to him. Oh, that looks like a double play ball. Nah, they only get Calderon out at second base. So 1 out, runner on first for Shane Andrews. It's been a little bit of a tough day at the plate for him today. Rivera's going. And he saves 22nd stolen base of the season for him. Now 3-1 to Shane Andrews. That's a weak fly ball to left. That is cut, I believe, and it is out number 2. Hey, Jerome Allet. Yep, first game. And I'm losing against the Phillies. Todd Haney is next. There's 2 outs, runner on second base. No count. Oh, that's it to the pitcher, and he's thrown out at first for out number 3. Not much to talk about here, and we are going into the top of the 7th. Very similar. Very similar. The differences are neglectable at best. Alright, I guess I can continue with Joe Logan. Mickey Morandini, 3-1 to him. And that's ball 4. Alright, the first batter gets on base. Now Dave Allens is the batter. 0-1 to him, runner on first. Nobody out. That's a fly ball to center. Rivera catches it for out number 1. Eric Danapilis is next. No count to him. Oh, that's another bad pitch. Wow, okay. Yeah, Joe Logan is having some control problems. 1-1. That's it straight at Brett Barbery. On the liner, that's cut for out number 2. Now John Jha is next. 2-2. Oh, struck out looking. That's good. Alright. Okay. Jerry Goff facing Andy Ashby. So the Phillies are keeping Ashby on the mound. He hasn't pitched too badly, so why not? 1-2 to to Jerry Goff, struck out swinging. Tough go for him today. Alright, we're gonna bring in a pinch hitter. I'm thinking to go with Lukacek here. Right, 1-0 to him. That's it, weekly, and cut by the shortstop Kevin Stocker for out number 2. Delino De Shields goes next, full count to him. That's it, to right for a base hit. That's a... De Shields has been having a decent game. Sadly, he's one of the only ones. Right, Brett Barbary. Runner on first, 2 outs, no count. De Shields is going. That's a stolen base. That's 60 stolen bases this season for Delino De Shields. Not enough of that anymore in baseball, at least in my own opinion. Alright, Brett Barbary still 0-2. Oh, that's it really weakly to the pitcher, and he's thrown out at first for out number 3. Alright, the Expos get a hit, but nothing comes across. It is still 5-1 for the Phillies. Alright, who are we bringing for the... maybe for the rest of this game, really. At this rate. Let's see, righty. Maybe Ota. It's been a second since Ota pitched. Yeah, it's been more than 5 days. I'm bringing in Ota. Alright, Dan Wilson is going to be the next batter. 1-2 to him. Strikeout swinging for out number 1. And the Ashby is next. Still gonna stay in the game. 3-1. And we just walked the pitcher. That's always fun. Alright, runner on first. 1 out. Kevin Stocker's the next batter. 1-2. That's it. Opposite field all the way to the fence. That's gonna be extra bases, obviously. Alright, on the play, and the Ashby stops at third. So there's runners on second and third. So 2 runners in scoring position, 1 out. Al Martin is next. 2-2. Struck out swinging. Oh yeah, Ota brought in the cheese. Eddie Rios is next. 2-2. And he struck out looking. So Ota got into trouble a little, but he got out of it with 2 strikeouts. It is still 5-1 for the Phillies. Come on, Marquise, you haven't had a great game yet so far. 1-2 to Marquise Grissom. That's a base hit to center. All right. I think there's a good chance that he goes. The Phillies are bringing in a reliever. Paul Gibson is going to be the pitcher now, the lefty, to face Ivan Calderon. 2-2. Grounds it to second base. That's a double play. Yikes! Come on, Ivan. You can do better than that. Alright, 2 outs now. Ruben Rivera's the next batter. Full count. I could have brought in a pinch hitter because he hasn't been having a very good game, but I'm gonna be okay, I guess. I might bring in one for Shane Andrews. He's having a tough go. Let's bring in Johnny Knott. Come on, Johnny boy. 1-2 to Johnny boy. That's it, really weakly. And that's cut by Al Martin for out number 3. So it is 5-1 for the Phillies, still going into the top of the 9th. I'm going to keep Ota on the mound. He struck out the side, actually, in his last inning. Alright, Mickey Morandini, full count to him. Struck out swinging. Dave Hollins is next. No count to him. And that's line to second base for a base hit. Sorry for out. Wow. Eric Danapilis is next. 2 outs. 1 and 2. Grounds it to short. That's going to be an infield single. So Barbary dove for it, but he can't get him out. So infield single for him. John Jeff follows. 1 and 0. Oh. And that's out of here. Yeah, new pitcher now. I cut your message too late. See? It could still be 5-1 if it was not for internet delays. Yeah, new pitcher. Alright. Doesn't quite matter anymore. I think I'll do Michael McLean. Alright, Dan Wilson, the batter. 7-1 now for the Phillies. 1-0. Do I have a miraculous comeback in my bag of tricks? I don't know. Oh, that's going to be extra bases. We can't stop the bleeding quite right. Alright, so a double for Dan Wilson. And now Scott Rowland comes in as a pinch hitter. Should be familiar with that name. 0-2. That's a base hit to left. Mamma mia. Runners on first and third. 2 outs. Kevin Stalker is the batter. 0-1. I think that's my third wild pitch of the game or something. Oh, that's a pass ball. That one is on the catcher. Wow. Alright, so another run scores that game. We're going to have to forget about that game. It is 8-1 now. 2-2 to Kevin Stalker. Struck out swinging. Alright. Well, if we ever wanted to have a 7-run comeback, now would be the time to get it right. Oh, the Phillies have Kirk Reeder. Okay. That's interesting. Of course, Kirk Reeder was drafted by the Expos. Yeah, that's the time for the comeback. So, yeah, I'm going to bring in Mcginnis. But that's interesting. The Phillies have Vladimir Guerrero. He's hurt, so he's not playing this game. But they also have Kirk Reeder, who was a Expo draft pick as well. 0-2 to Mcginnis. And he struck out swinging. Mark Davis is going to come in as a pinch hitter for Jerry Goff. 1-2. And looks like my neighbor is chipping some more wood in the machine whose name I don't know what it is. And he struck out swinging as well. Alright, and now it's not a true comeback if you don't do it with 2 outs, okay? I'm keeping it for last, obviously. One of the catchers. Yeah. Oh my. Well, obviously Charles Johnson is the best one of them, so we're gonna bring him. Come on. Full count. Come on, Charles. That's it. Weekly. Well, not that weekly, but it's it to left. It's cut. That's an embarrassing loss to get things started here in the first game of the 4-game series against the Phillies. That's an 8-1 route. We tried to bring in a bunch of pinch hitters and everything. Nothing worked. It happens. It's baseball. Some days it just doesn't want to go right. I'm gonna need to only do 2. I have food that's cooking in the slow cooker. I thought it was a 3-game series, and when I logged in, I said that it's a 4-game. I don't think I'm gonna try to do the other 2 tomorrow. I don't want for my food to burn. All right, so the Dodgers blanked Colorado, and that was Pedro Martinez on the mound, of course. So sadly, that trade didn't happen in my universe. So the shields for Pedro Martinez did not happen. Oh, that was his win number 20 of the season. So he's getting in Cy Young form. Alright, sounds good. And I don't know what time I'll do this tomorrow. But I'll come back and do the other two. Usually, if it's the weekend, I can do 4, but what can I say? A guy's gotta eat, right? Alright, we're gonna go ahead and sim until tomorrow. Alright, so some players passed through waivers, and there's been a trade between the Brewers and the Padres. Alright, so Lee Guterman. Oh, see, I kind of saw that coming because I got an email saying that Guterman was put on waivers. So that was for a trade. So Lee Guterman goes to the Padres for Kevin Ory, Devin Maury, and Scott Bream, and Jeff Brown. Oh, wow. Alright. So a bunch of 2-star potential players for Lee Guterman. He's 35. So San Diego is probably in the race. That's usually why you see those. I'll say this: usually the deals make sense. Yeah. So they're going after they're going after the wild card spot, and they're a game and a half behind. So they got a reliever to try to help. So that makes sense. All right, so game 2 is going to be Mark Mims on the mound for the Phillies. We're going to go with Miguel Batista. So Batista's been doing slightly better lately, but not that great. Still kind of a tough season for him. All right, so right, any changes to the... I don't know yet, because that's the first season that I've decided to stream, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. Since I don't control anything, roster-wise, I mean, that's gonna be a lot of, just simming to see who we sign and everything, which I don't mind doing. I just don't know if it's gonna be super interesting. So I don't know yet. I've been debating about that. I could do like kind of a long stream where I stream, where we sim day by day and see all the trades and everything, so that we stay current. I have no problem doing that. I just don't know if that's something that people want to sit through. So do we want to do some roster changes? I'm thinking about maybe bringing somebody in to play for Annie. He's cold, yet he really hasn't been playing very well lately. So I'm thinking about maybe putting a Mcginnis there. Maybe give Doran a start, or maybe even Johnny Nutt can play first base. Mcginnis. We're gonna go. Yeah, Mark Mims is indeed a name long forgotten. What I really like with playing historical sometimes is to see a guy that I completely forgot existed, or be like, oh, I've never heard of that guy, and then you check and he's only played parts of a couple seasons in the major and everything. To me, that's part of the fun for sure. Okay. I think I'm gonna do this. If I play Russ Mcginnis, he has a little bit more pop in his bat than Shane Andrews. So we're gonna go ahead and bat him 6th and have Shane Andrews move down to 7th. Alright, so the Phillies are gonna go with Kevin Stocker, Mickey Morandini batting 2nd. That makes a little bit more sense to me than batting 4th. Al Martin, Luis Medina, Eddie Rios, Mike Liberto, Eric Danapilis, and Jolbert Cabrera, which was acquired by from the Expos. Was it a trade or did we just let him go? Ah, there it is. Oh, that's why the Phillies have Kirk Reader. Oh, yeah, that's true. I remember that trade now. So the previous GM was not very good, and he traded Jolbert Cabrera, Kirk Reader, Tyron Horn, and Mike Daniel for Terry Mulholland that we kept for Alpha season, and we didn't retain. And now he plays for the Cubs, I think. No, he for the Mets. Yep. Last year he went 7-7 for us. It wasn't too terrible. I hate when I can't see the stats properly. Let's take a look. Yeah, so Mims started with the Dodgers. Yeah, it looks like he's walking a lot of people. But he does strike out quite a bit too. Yeah, that should be an interesting matchup. All right, so Mims on the mound for the Phillies. We're going to go with Miguel Batista. Let's go Expos and play ball, of course. Hey, thanks, Tesuiji. Thanks for the raid. Thanks for bringing more people here. And feel free to drop by whenever you want. And thanks for following J Kuhn. I just saw that with the little music playing. Sometimes I miss the notification. That has happened more often than I care to admit. And now before, I stream other things than baseball, so of course, nobody's forced to do anything. All right, Kevin Stalker, the batter. Full count. Grounds it to second base. The Shields with the throw, and that's out number 1. Mickey Morandini is second now. 1 and 2. Oh, that's it for extra bases all the way to right. Grissom gets it at the fence. Morandini slides in first at second base with a double. Alright, Phillies have a runner in scoring position with only 1 out. Al Martin is the batter, 2 and 2. Struck out swinging. Well, Luis Medina is next. Full count to him. Grounds it to second base, and he's out for out number 3. So, Jerome Nollet, if I do stream the off season, is that something that you think you want to sit through, or should I just do it offline? I can do it offline and just come for the start of the season and give a recap of the changes. That might be better to do it that way too. All right, bottom of the first, Marquise Grissom, 2 and 2 to him. That's it really weakly to center. That's cut by Al Martin for out number 1. Delino the Shields is next. No count. That's it very weakly as well. In foul territory. That's cut by Cabrera for out number 2. Ivan Calderon is next. Full count. And he struck out swinging. So Calderon has not been playing very well lately. He's been hot and cold all season. Obviously he's been more hot than cold because he's having his stat line is pretty impressive, but yeah. Eddie Rios is next. Full count to him. Grounds it to second. The Shields catches it, and that's out number 1. Mike Liberto is next. 0 and 1 to him. And he's thrown out at first for out number 2. Yeah, maybe I can do that too. Yeah, I'll look into that. All right, Eric Danapillis is next. Now the Expos are poor, so let's not put our hopes up on big free agent signings and things like that. But there's definitely things that usually happen. I really liked the pickup of Mark Whitten whenever we picked him up, and then we traded him and got some interesting pieces. So that was kind of cool. All right, full count to Charles Johnson. And he walks to start inning number 2 for the Expos. Still a scoreless game here in Montreal. Ruben Rivera bats next. 3-0 to him. Oh, a very rare 3-0 swing. Alright, so that was cut by Al Martin in center. At center, runner on first, 1 out. Russ Mcginnis is next, 1-1. Oh, that's it really well. All the way to the fence. That's extra bases. Run, little guy, run. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. So I'll sim. Yeah, I'll see how much stuff happens. Yeah, okay, I can do that. I don't play spring training, by the way. I usually just sim spring training because that's too much housekeeping for me. so I might do that as well. Alright, so that's a triple from Mcginnis. Wow, he legged that all the way to third base. That's 1-0 for the Expos, thanks to a triple by Russ Mcginnis. Shane Andrews is next, 2-2 to him. And that's it to left for a base hit. Alright, Mark Mims having some problems here. The Expos take a 2-0 lead thanks to the single by Shane Andrews. With 1 out, that brings up Ray Sanchez now, 2-2 to him. And that's it, weakly to short, and that's going to be a double play to end the inning. But the Expos scored twice in the bottom of the second inning. We are going into the top of the third, up 2-0. Alright, and now I am going to show off my skills of streaming and talking with a cough drop in my mouth because my throat is starting to hurt. Alright, Jolbert Cabrera getting things started at the top of the third. Miguel Batista still on the mound for me. 2-2. And that's strike 3. 1 out. Mark Mims is the batter now. Oh, he's not having a very good season at the plate. 1-2. That's it to the Shields. And he's thrown out at first for out number 2. That brings up Kevin Stalker. 0-2 to Stalker. Grounds it to first. And that's out number 3. So Jay Kuhn, did you ever lived in Philly to be a Phillies fan, or is it just the team that you picked because reasons? Alright, Batista is next. 1-2. Oh! That's a no-no. You don't throw at the pitcher. You live dangerously, Mark Mims. Alright, so Batista got hit by pitch. He's the runner at first now. Nobody out. Marquise Grissom is the batter. 1-1. Oh, that looks like nope, they only get the lead runner. Grissom is safe at first. Alright, so 1 out, runner on first. Delino de Shields is next. No count. Grissom is going. Oh, he's out. That's rare. Full count to the Shields. And he walks. That's too bad. I could have had Grissom and the Shields on base with 1 out. Alright, come on, Ivan. 0-1. That's it too. Oh, that's going to be an infield single. Maybe an error. I don't think so, though. Infield hit for Calderon. 2 runners on, 2 outs. Charles Johnson is the batter now. 1-1. That's it to right. And that's out number 3. Ha! You sound like me. I'm from Quebec, of course, in Canada, as you know, where everybody is a big hockey fan almost. And, you know, all of my friends and everybody that I knew were Montreal Canadian fans. So I had to be a Nordiques fan to be different. So that's kind of... Plus, I always had a thing for cheering for underdogs. So, you know, the Nordiques were terrible for a while when I first started to watch hockey. So that was a perfect match for me. Alright, Morandini is the batter, top of the 4th here. 3-1 to him. Grounds it to first. And he's thrown out for out number 1. Al Martin is next. Full count to him. Struck out swinging for out number 2. Now we have Luis Medina at the plate, 1-1. That's a base hit to right. Alright, so we have the Phillies have a runner on first with 2 outs, and now Eddie Rios is the batter. Of course, he had a 2-run blast in the previous game. 2-1 to him. That's it weekly. Calderon after it, and he catches it for out number 3. No, the Nordiques moved to Colorado and they're still there. So when they moved, I became an Ottawa Senators fan, and I still am to this day an Ottawa Senators fan. And I'm pretty excited for this coming season. We've had a few really crappy seasons, but our young players are starting to come together. And I think that it's going to be starting to turn around a little bit this year. I don't know we're going to make the playoffs, but I think we're going to make things interesting for sure. Alright, Rebeca Rivera facing Mark Mims in the bottom of the 4th. Full count. And he struck out looking. My big pet peeve, striking out looking. At least there wasn't anybody on, so it happens. But when there's runners in scoring position, it's like, swing the bat, dude. Come on. Alright, 3-1 to Russ Mcginnis. That's it to center. Al Martin after it. He catches it for out number 2. Shane Andrews is next. And he walks. Alright, runner on first, 2 outs. Ray Sanchez is next, 3-1. And he walks. Wow. Like I said at the start of before the start of the game, Mark Mims had been walking a lot of batters, and he continues to do that, and I don't mind. Go for it, buddy. 2-1 to Miguel Batista. That's it to right. I don't have a vivid recollection of Mark Mims, so I'm gonna go ahead and take your word for it. Does he truly have bad control? Yeah, 35 is not great. That's for sure. Alright, Mike Liberto is the batter. Great catcher that played for the Phillies. 3-2. And he struck out swinging. For out number 1. Eric Danapillis is next. 2-2 to him. And he grounds out to second base for out number 2. Gilbert Cabrera is next. 1-0 to him. Oh, it barely falls in, but it does. So that's a 2-out base hit for Cabrera. Mark Mims is next. Full count, and he struck out swinging. That's also why I like to play historical, is that we all like recollect different things about different players. Sometimes somebody's gonna have an anecdote or something that's pretty cool. So that's always, playing historical is really fun to me. a lot more than playing current day. Plus, I don't like baseball as much as I did. I liked baseball in the 80s, 90s, you know, where there was a little bit of everything, good pitching, you know, speed, good defense, a little bit of pop in the bat, batters that could hit for 330 or something. You know, you had a little bit of everything. Now it's like everybody shifts, strikes out, and, you know, swing for the fences, and it's like, it's okay. I mean, I still like baseball, but I guess I'm getting old and I'm like, it was way better in my time when rah, rah, rah. Alright, Marquise Grissom, bottom of the 5th, 2-2. Struck out swinging. Delino the Shields is next, 2-1 to him. Base it to center. Yeah, Ricky Anderson was a little bit older when I started to watch baseball. He was still stealing a lot, but, you know, I was a Expos fan, of course. You know, Grissom and the Shields were threats on the base path, and Larry Walker wasn't a slouch either. So, yeah, I miss that. I miss that too. I think that's what I miss the most too. That and batters that would use the entire field to get, you know, to get hits and whatnot. I miss that as well. Alright, runner on first, one out. Calderon is next. Ooh, and the Shields is thrown out by Liberto. That's 2 cut steals for Liberto in this game. 2 outs now. And that's out number 3. See, I need to watch more baseball so that I know what the hell I'm talking about. Yeah, I love speed. Alright, Kevin Stocker facing Miguel Batista. So quietly, Batista is not pitching too terribly today, but he's already up at 89 pitches. Alright, 2-1. Grounds it to second base. Right, Mickey Morandini is next. So yeah, I was kind of watching the Padres 2 years ago, like the year before COVID. Hey, you have a good one, J. Kuhn, and I should be around again tomorrow if you want to stop by. Always welcome. Alright, Al Martin is next, 2-1. So yeah, 2 years ago I was kind of watching the Padres a little bit, but it's like so like my girlfriend is not much of a baseball fan, so I mean she likes it okay, but not as much as she is hockey, and we already like go through an entire hockey season where we watch all the games. I mean, we're even gonna watch the preseason game tonight. That's how much we like hockey. So going through an entire baseball season where you watch all the games, it can be a little grueling because that's 162 games. I guess when I watch something, I need to be committed. Alright, Mims is still on the mound for the Phillies. Bottom of the 6th. Charles Johnson is next. No count to him. That's it. To the opposite field for a base hit. I wouldn't know much, so I have a guy that's been following me on and on. Well, I mean, he's still following me, but his schedule doesn't allow him to watch me as much. He's a huge Dodgers fan, so he could tell us if they strike out a lot or not. I see him post stuff on Twitter all the time with stats and whatnot. Oh, Rivera strikes out for out number 1 here. Russ Mcginnis is next. He had a nice piece of hitting earlier in the game. 2-2 to him. Strikes out now. So Mims is starting to get things back up in track here. And Shane Andrews with a very weak ball hit to Morandini, and that's the end of the 6th. The Expos are still up 2-0, going into the top of the 7th. Eddie Rios is the first batter to face Miguel Batista here, 1-2. And that's going to be extra bases. It was over Calderon's head. Alright, so that's 2 base hit for Rios. So the Phillies have a runner in scoring position with nobody out. Now Mike Liberto is going to be the batter. 0-1 to him. He flied out to right for out number 1. Sean Hearn is now going to be the batter. 1-2. Struck out swinging. Came in as a pinch hitter and he struck out. Alright, and now there's 2 outs for Jolbert Cabrera. No count. Oh, that's a base hit to left. It might score a run. It does. Alright, it is 2-1 now. On one hand, I'm thinking about pulling Batista, but on the other, he's been pitching pretty well. He didn't walk anybody, 7 strikeouts. I'm torn. What do you think? Should I pull him? Or try to have him finish the inning? Last batter. Alright, that works for me. Alright, Scott Rowland comes in as a pinch hitter. No count to him. Grounds it to sec. Oh! That's an error on the Shields. Alright, so runners on first and third. 2 outs, so we're going to bring in somebody now. Alright, to face Tucker, he's a switch hitter. Go with Ruskin. Alright, 1-2. Grounds it to second base. And he's thrown out for out number 3. Alright. Alright, bottom of the 7th. So up 2-1. The Phillies are bringing in Bill Swift as a reliever to face Ray Sanchez. 3-1 to Sanchez. And he walks. I think I'm gonna have Ruskin bat. Oh, I knew that's why you wanted him. I think I'm gonna have Ruskin bunt here, actually, because the next few batters are lefties as well. Might as well have our best pitcher throw to them since he's a lefty as well. There you go. Alright, so Ruskin sacrifices. Now Marquise Grissom is the batter with a runner in scoring position. 1 out, 1-1 to him. Grounds it to short. He's thrown out at first for out number 2. The runner goes to third base on the... Runner goes to third base, 2 outs. Sorry, it's sometimes it's hard to talk with my cough drop in my mouth. Alright, the Shields is the batter. Full count. Oh, that's a base hit to right. That was perfect small ball baseball. We just missed a stolen base here somewhere. Alright, Calderon is next. Runner on first, 2 outs. And, oh, the Shields is going. There's our stolen base, and they threw out in the outfield. So now we have a runner at third base, 2 outs. 1-0 to Calderon. Oh, grounds it to the pitcher. That's going to be... No. Oh, okay. Alright, it is 3-1. The inning is over. Calderon was thrown out at first, so we have a 2-run lead. Alright, so we're going to have Ruskin pitch to Mickey Morandini, 2-0 to him. Grounds it to first. Easy out for McGinnis. 1 out. Al Martin is next. 1-2. That's it. Weekly to left. Calderon is after it. And he catches it for out number 2. Alright. Luis Medina is next. Oh, Medina that does have 32 home runs. That's not too shabby. 2-1. Oh, I think he has 33. He does. Alright. It's 3-2. I'm going to pull Ruskin. Bring in a righty to face Rios. Alright. Whew. I'm scared to go to Duris again because he's been struggling all season. Yeah, Duris or Ondorf. Ondorf has been pretty good for me this season as well, so I don't know. One of the two. I can do Duris. He's really struggled this season. Here, come and redeem yourself. 1-0. And that falls in front of Calderon for a base hit to left. Still 2 outs, runner on first. Mike Liberto is the batter, 2-2. Come on, man. That's it, weekly to right. Grissom after it. He gets it for out number 3. Alright, so who do we bring somebody else for the save as in the 9th? And who do we bring? Alright, Charles Johnson facing Bill Swift in the bottom of the 8th. We're up 1-2 to Johnson. Struck out swinging. It's been a tough game for Rebeca Rivera. We're going to go ahead and bring in a pinch hitter for him. Let's do Lukacic. Right, Lukacic comes in as a pinch hitter for Rebeca Rivera. No count. Grounds it to short. Alright, and now McGinnis is going to be the batter. 2-1. That's a base hit to center. Russ Mcginnis trying to win some points with me with a decent game today. Phillies, I've seen enough of Bill Swift. They're bringing in Calvin Maduro. Shane Andrews is going to be the batter. 3-0. And he walks. Alright, that brings in Ray Sanchez. I might want to bring in a little bit more pop in the bat. Let's add to this lead. Come on, Willie. 0-2 to Willie Green. Grounds it to first. And that's the 3rd out of the inning. Alright. Alright, I need... I'm going to put Lukacic in right. Grissom at center. Woody Green stays in the game at shortstop. Alright, let's keep Doris in. Alright, so Sean Hearn is going to be the first one to face him. Yeah, Doris only pitched 7 pitches. I think if he can do it, he can. 2-2. Struck out swinging. Oh! The runner goes. Oh, he's thrown out at first. Barely. Alright, so pass ball on the strikeout, but we get him thrown out at first for out number 1. Jolbert Cabrera is next. 1-0. That's it to center. It's going to fall in front of Grissom. That's going to be a double for Jolbert Cabrera. Alright, now Luis Mercedes is going to be the pinch hitter. Do we want to bring somebody in, or somebody else in? Somebody. One more hitter. All right, Luis Mercedes. 2-2. Struck out swinging. All right, there's 2 outs now. Now Kevin Stalker is the batter. Yeah, that's what I was coming to check. He's a little bit better against lefties, actually. So I think I'm gonna keep Doris in. One and 0 to Kevin Stalker. Grounds it to first, and he's out. Oh, so John Doris gets the save here. We weren't too sure, but we managed to win this game 3-2. All right. So Batista played really well. Yeah, that's the Doris redemption. I'm not sure that it's gonna be enough. His ERA is still 7.2, but you know. All right, so Batista gets win number 9. I'm gonna go ahead and leave the game, see what's happening here. Oh, there's been suspensions. Mets and Marlins. All right. So Fernando Vina and Jody Treadwell are gonna be suspended for 5 games each. Oh, and Tim Belcher of the A's shut out Texas 11-0. That's a shellacking. Let's advance to tomorrow. Oh, the Mets clinched officially. So the Mets are going to go to the playoffs. Oh, Darren Dalton. That's funny. I was just talking about Darren Dalton a little bit earlier in my stream. So apparently he plays in Cleveland now. And he's hurt for the rest of the season. A torn meniscus. Okay. He's out for 4 or 5 months. He should be ready for next year. Alright, and now we don't know if the Braves are going to catch up with the Mets or not. But that's what's going on. The Mets are going to the postseason. Oh, they had 10 games back. I think it's pretty safe to say that they're going to clinch the... Alright, so I saved the game. I'm going to do the next 2 games tomorrow. I'll try to not do them too early here my time, since you're 2 hours earlier than me. So I'll let you sleep. But I'll be back tomorrow, and we're going to finish that series against the Phillies, and then it's going to be, the Cards are next. I think we won only 1 game this season against the Cards. It's going to be tough. Alright, so I'm stopping here. So as usual, I do want to thank you for tuning in, and until tomorrow for this time, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.